This is Football Thoughts.
Full-time score: Manchester City 3, Liverpool nil. The citizens get away with the 3 points in a much-needed win. Having lost, they lost 3 games. Liverpool. The citizens came out with a banger. Haaland missing that penalty, which wasn't a penalty. Dogu mastering the art of diving. Even though Dogu had a good game, I don't rate him as a player honestly because he's got that one shimmy move. He's very decisive. He's the one maverick player that the citizens were relying on this in this game. Jerky had a decent game, but against a side like Liverpool, I think the style matchups, I think he would have been playing better in the center attacking midfield because Liverpool's midfield are just not good defenders in my opinion. Phil Foden, great performance. Seems like Foden is establishing his form once again, helping the citizens. This guy had a very steady pace in the midfield, setting up great passes, setting up great plays. You know, he led to a lot of decisive moments. In which he could have buried himself, but Phil Foden, we know that he ghosts in big games. Certainly also the ones against Liverpool. But not in this game. Foden does what he does best. And I'm nice. I like how Pep is playing him as an eight, because that's his original position right now. In my opinion, I don't think he's good as a 10 or as a winger. He's the eight position is his natural position, and he's striving under it. Nico Gonzalez got the goal, and you could tell that City are not playing, com strict possessional football the way Pep really wants them to play. It seems like he's let loose this season, allowing the players to shoot from outside the box when having a chance. I think this season he's allowed the players to be more risky. That's why he's got two Mavericks in Jerky and Doku playing alongside Haaland. Bernardo Silva's legs are finished, people. I think this might be his last season. I think he should, consider going to either Syria or Saudi because his legs are done for this league. I love how Nico O'Reilly, man, this left back, man, probably the best left back in England. England should get this young lad in the FIFA World Cup, man, for next season. Liverpool, and listen, man, Liverpool are dust. They're a washed side with a washed defense that doesn't know how to pick up, especially in quick transitions with elite attackers. They got lucky against Madrid because Madrid are washed. But if you're playing with Robertson and Van Dijk, it's an aging defense, man. Those guys are washed also. You're not gonna retain a league title repeating the same aging defenders. That look what happened to United when they tried to do it with Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Matic, Vidic. It didn't work, and so we had to restart and rebuild the defense. And till this season, we still haven't challenged for the title. But in my opinion, people, City are in the title race. Liverpool are out of it because after this game, playing their best starting lineup with Mo Salah, who's washed, Florian Wirtz, who's also washed, but playing Ekiteki and still not having, a lot of shots on target, one on target the whole game. It's concerning times for Arnie Slot, indeed. 7 shots the whole entire game to City 17. 369 passes. It seems like Arnie Slot is just using Jurgen Klopp's players in Van Dijk, Robertson, Konate, and Salah, but not understanding that these are aging players who need to be replaced. And Cody Gakpo and Federico Chiesa are just not enough to retain the league. So is signing Alexander Isak, as you would have seen, who is off form, is not going to be enough for Liverpool to really retain anything. And in my opinion, this loss is a big defeat in terms of morale in the league. In a title race that is very up and down because of how underwhelming the Premier League has been in terms of quality. This changes the dynamic a lot. And Liverpool are just not in terrific form in the league. And in my opinion, they should prioritize the Champions League and maybe a cup run because the league is running away. You know, if you're losing to smaller teams and bigger teams and middle teams, you're not going to retain anything. And City have manifested all those loopholes right after this game, thrashing them 3-0. Dogu with a brilliant finish, you know, reminded me of a young Iron Robin of a right footed. But like and subscribe. This is Red God TV.